The Korean military will begin offering human rights education to soldiers in the wake of a bullying scandal that left an Army private dead. Only 3 days remain before Pope Francis's visit to Korea. Catholic churches nationwide are preparing events to commemorate the visit. And a landmark building near Noryangjin Fisheries Wholesale Market was demolished yesterday, marking an end to an era. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Monday, August 11th. I'm Luke Clary. The Korean military will place human rights instructors in battalions and larger units, carrying out human rights education for soldiers once every 2 months. Meanwhile, the soldiers accused of beating Private Yoon to death have been transferred for more questioning to determine who may be charged with murder.
The Ministry of National Defense will completely overhaul its human rights directives for the soldiers' protection and safety. Instructors will be placed in battalions or larger military units, and a human rights council will be set up to oversee all human rights policies in the military. Human rights education for soldiers will take place 11 times during the service period, which comes to roughly once every 2 months.
인권 교육 체계를 정비하고 국방인권 모니터단을 운영하는 내용을 골자로 하는 군인권 업무 훈령을 전면 개정하였습니다.
The Tripartite Military Reform Council will start visiting military bases this week and listen to the soldiers' complaints. The Reform Council, launched on August 6th, is comprised of civilians, government officials, and military officers. Meanwhile, additional investigations to apply murder charges to some of Private Yoon's abusers will speed up from today. The military has transferred the bullying soldiers to the prosecution team at the 3rd ROK Army today. The prosecutors will conduct additional investigations to determine which soldiers will be charged with murder and whether there were any additional cruelties. The 3rd ROK Army's investigation team is comprised of 9 officers, including 5 prosecutors. The Military Prosecution Office plans to operate email and phone recording systems to incorporate as much public opinion as possible. The first trial for the abusers charged with murder of Private Yoon will take place in late August. The presiding judge for this trial will be a general, not a colonel-level officer who usually serves as main judge.
Only 3 days remain before Pope Francis's visit to Korea. Catholic churches nationwide are preparing events to commemorate the visit, while Catholics in Korea hold their hopes high.
Some 400 Catholics filled this cathedral in Seoul. The theme of the sermon was the upcoming visit of Pope Francis. The historical significance is profound, as it will be the first visit by a Catholic Pope to Korea in 3 decades.
교황님 안에서 하나님이 이루어지길 또 기도하고 우리들도 또 복자들의 그런 신신들도 더불어 본받으려고 노력을 했습니다.
Catholics in Korea hope that the Pope's visit will inspire efforts to help those in need, as Pope Francis is known for his concern and love for the socially ostracized.
특히 가난하고 억울한 사람들, 이런 사람들에 대한 따뜻한 배려의 마음을 가질 수 있는 그런 계기가 됐으면 좋겠습니다.
The Pope will personally celebrate Mass on August 18th at the Myeongdong Cathedral in Seoul. Anticipation and hope gathered approximately 1,000 people to yesterday's service, much higher than is customary. To prepare for a beatification ceremony for Korean martyrs, which the Pope will conduct personally, an altar was set up in Gwanghwamun Square today. Additionally, a U-turn ban came into effect for the northern part of Gwanghwamun Square in the afternoon. On August 15th, the day before the beatification ceremony, more roads will be closed, starting with the Sejongdaero Boulevard in the evening. Starting at 11 p.m., traffic will be closed between City Hall and Gwanghwamun completely.
A 5-story refrigerated warehouse that was built alongside the Noryangjin Fisheries Wholesale Market in 1971 was demolished yesterday. It took only 10 seconds to bring down the 43-year-old Noryangjin landmark.
4, 3, 2, 1, 발사!
With an ear-splitting roar and a dust cloud, a 35-meter building collapsed like a sand castle. 41 kilograms of explosives placed on the supporting pillars on the building's 1st and 3rd floors, and 800 detonators went off in sequence. The 5-story building was completely demolished in just 10 seconds. The refrigerated warehouse was built to keep seafood fresh when Noryangjin Fisheries Wholesale Market opened just south of the Han River in June of 1971. It has been a distinct landmark for the fisheries market since there were no high-rises nearby.
수산시장 막 들어오면 그냥 큰 창고가 있어. 보기만 해도 배부르잖아. 그랬는데 그거 없이고 이제 저리 간다니까 좀 서운하긴 하지.
A new seafood distribution facility is to replace the demolished warehouse.
10월까지 톱박이 공사를 하고 2차 공사가 본격적으로 들어갑니다. 그렇게 되면은 내년 8월 달에 전체 완공이 됩니다.
Seoul residents were sad to see the refrigerated warehouse that has borne witness to Seoul's modernization for nearly 40 years is now just a part of history.
The child obesity rate in Korea has become one of the highest in the world, with 1 in every 7 Korean children and teenagers now considered obese. Childhood obesity oftentimes continues into adulthood. Here's how to help children keep their weight under control during school vacation.
These teenagers gather to shed some extra weight during vacation season. Just walking along to a rhythm is enough to make them break out in a sweat.
걸어서 이렇게 땀난 적은 처음이라서 계속 하다 보니까 재밌고 뛰는 것보다 더 효과가 좋은 것 같아요.
A survey conducted by the Ministry of Education has revealed that the obesity rate among children and teenagers in the nation has been on a steady rise, reaching 15% last year. Moreover, obese children and teens have a 70% likelihood of being obese when they grow up and face a higher risk of developing high blood pressure, diabetes, and other geriatric diseases. This middle school student has been on a diet for nearly 4 weeks. He was able to shed some extra pounds by improving his eating habits and recording the amount of food he consumed. Teenagers are advised to maintain an appropriate weight through healthy eating rather than losing too much weight because they're still growing. Family support and involvement are also crucial in helping teens prevent obesity.
너는 살이 쪘기 때문에 이렇게 먹어야 한다라고 하는 게 아니라 가족 전체가 건강해질 수 있는 방법이기 때문에 다 같이 이렇게 먹도록 하자.
Prolonged TV viewing and computer use also contribute to obesity. Therefore, spending more time outdoors and exercising is essential for children and teenagers in order to stay healthy.
In an era of ever-growing lifespans, people may one day be able to self-diagnose even serious illness like Alzheimer's disease or cancer. Here's a look at Korea's biotechnologies that make such a future possible.
This 57-year-old office worker noticed recently that she's become very forgetful. She was afraid that she may have Alzheimer's disease, but since she didn't show any specific symptoms, she hasn't gone to the hospital yet. But she is now at a clinic attached to a brainwave scanner.
몇 명이 앉는 건가요? 2명.
Even without a specialist, she undergoes a brain's activity scan and Alzheimer's test. It took only 7 minutes to finish the test thanks to the portable biosignal analyzer.
그 자리에서 즉시 그 결과를 알 수 있었다는 거. 그리고 제가 이 검사를 통해서 제가 몰랐었던 그러한 증상을 제가 알 수 있었다는 것에.
Also, only a drop of blood can tell whether you have cancer. Blood is drawn and items to be tested are entered. 10 minutes after blood is dropped on an equipment weighing less than a kilogram, the machine shows that the risk for liver cancer has exceeded the standard level. The machine can diagnose some 20 diseases. Its price is only 1/100th of conventional equipment, but its accuracy rate stands at 98%.
극나노 입자를 사용해서 그 해당되는 그 병증을 알려주는 마커의 농도를 정량적으로 측정할 수 있는 장비입니다.
People will be able to self-assess their health conditions with the development of these individual biomedical equipment.
Farmers in Korea struggle to make ends meet due to the opening of the agricultural market and plunging prices of their products. Recently, so-called agricultural produce curators are drawing attention for helping farmers sustainably supply high-quality produce.
Farmers have gathered to sell their goods, which they have grown with enormous effort. But they face many difficulties in publicizing their produce effectively.
어떻게 홍보를 할 수 있는 그런 여건이 안 되고 그러다 보니까 좀 그런 애로점이 있죠.
Recently, so-called produce curators are drawing attention for their new role in helping farmers to find customers. Agricultural produce curators select high-quality products and provide information to consumers about product ratings and culinary methods. Agricultural produce selected by the curators will be available on internet open markets late this month.
농가의 강점, 그러니까 농민들에 대해서 실제 분석을 하고 이렇게 추천해 줄 수 있는 그런 농가에 대한 설명형이 있고.
For each transaction, the curators will receive 9% of the product price. This new kind of job is especially appealing to people who have moved from urban to rural areas, as well as homemakers and retirees.
이 농산물 쪽에 특히 유통하고 원예작물 쪽이 그 메리트가 있는 것 같아가지고 이쪽으로다가 제 2인생 한번 터보려고 이렇게 참석하게 됐습니다.
Some 10,000 aspiring agricultural produce curators will receive professional training this year.
The daily highs still hover around 30 degrees Celsius, and we need a shelter from the exhausting heat. If you don't have enough time to take off to the beach or mountains, here are some good alternatives that you can find near you. Let's take a look.
A woody trail runs through a small forest. The scene looks peaceful and serene. Cicadas chirp and a ray of sunlight shines through tree leaves. Hikers come across wildflowers and a frog which is basking in sunshine.
너무 스트레스인데 밖에 나오니까 좋은 바람, 공기 마시고 경쾌해요.
A shady road in a downtown area is an ideal place for city people to take a brief escape from the heat. Pedestrians take a little time to cool down in the shade. The daily highs hover above 30 degrees Celsius these days. The temperature drops by 5 degrees in the shade, making people feel even more cool.
그늘진 곳이 여름에 이렇게 추워진다는 게 얼마나 행복해요. 그나마 저희 중랑천 물이 있어서 이 그늘하고 어우러지는 것 같아요.
The Seoul City government announced a select list of 170 good shady roads in the downtown areas. These places became a quick retreat from the bustles of everyday life for busy city dwellers during the hot summer.
The Korean film Roaring Currents reached the 10 million ticket sale mark on Sunday, and it hit the milestone faster than any other movie released in South Korea. Movie critics attribute the popularity of the period flick to South Koreans' disillusionment with politics and leadership in reality.
An overwhelming number of invading Japanese ships approaches in the waters of Myeongnam. Joseon Admiral Lee Sun-shin yielded a remarkable naval victory with only 12 vessels under his command.
만일 그 두려움을 용기로 바꿀 수만 있다면 말이다. 그 용기는 100배 큰 용기로
Period action drama Roaring Currents is about the Admiral's historic and heroic battle over the Japanese invaders. The film has drawn more than 10 million viewers in just 12 days following its release. It reached the milestone 10 days sooner than the previous record setter, The Host. The period picture appeals to moviegoers of all ages and has drawn more female viewers despite its historical subject. Its furious popularity is attributable to strong performances by the actors and special effects that make battle scenes look vivid and realistic. On top of its cinematic quality and entertainment value, analysts believe that the movie's success reflects the recent zeitgeist of disappointment in reality and distrust regarding current leadership.
굉장히 어떤 대리만족이라던가 감정적인 만족감, 카타르시스 같은 거를 관객분들이 많이 느끼신 것 같아요.
If the movie's popularity remains on course, it is expected to break the record of 13 million viewers, which was set by the Hollywood blockbuster Avatar.
Ice cream is available in all kinds of flavors and shapes these days, as competition for developing more extravagant kinds of ice cream only keeps intensifying. Today, we're taking you to places that serve some unusual ice cream. Take a look. The Hongik University area in Seoul, which is always crowded with young people, is now famous for some special ice cream. The customers are amazed to see this unusual steam. Is there fire involved in making this ice cream? The staff wear thick gloves and handle everything with extra care. This is liquid nitrogen, which boils at minus 196 degrees Celsius. There's something else. fresh fruit is sliced, only the pulp is used in the ice cream. The fruit is put in a blender along with a special extract and everything is mixed. Then the liquid nitrogen is added. When the steam starts coming out, the ingredients freeze rapidly, resulting in ice cream. This ice cream is available in various flavors. Don't worry about getting hurt by liquid nitrogen because the chill disappears in the form of vapor when it's mixed with warmer ingredients.
진짜 달콤하고 쫀득쫀득하고.
This place also defies the conventions of ice cream. At a glance, it looks like an ordinary handmade ice cream. This place has a vast clientele base.
와사비만 목이 점점 따가워져요. 올라오는.
Horseradish and ice cream? Sounds very unusual. Once you try it, you'll never forget the taste. This place also serves some special ice cream that you can only buy by presenting your ID card.
이렇게 10%라고 써져 있는 아이스크림들은 실제로 술을 넣어서 만들고 있어서요. 신분증 검사를 하고 있습니다.
This adult ice cream is made with beer, wine, and even makgeolli. Here's how it's made. Plenty of horseradish, beer, and other ingredients are combined. Then the mixture is put in a freezer. The person who developed this ice cream says the idea came from the belief that customers like to have fun. How does beer ice cream taste?
더운 낮에 술을 할 수는 없고 밥을 먹었는데 디저트가 땡긴다. 그럴 때 이런 거 먹으면 딱일 것 같은데요.
New ice cream products lure customers by providing them with a fun experience in the sultry weather. Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. We'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Have a great day.